All of us at Margulies Perruzzi are thrilled to be considered for planning and designing the Haywood Health ASC. We see this incredible opportunity to develop a model of the future for ASCs and medical office buildings that minimizes the risk of COVID-19 and other infectious diseases, while also implementing innovative strategies and workflows for your clinical programs.
As we begin exploring the patient journey with you, we'll look at opportunities such as online registration, check-in, payment, and providing instructions to patients on how they'll access the site and buildings.
We're evaluating relocating the building to the center of the site to allow us to use potentially natural grading to create a second upper-level entrance to separate the medical office function from the ambulatory surgery function. Another option, if grading doesn't work, would be to reuse the structured parking deck as described in the scope to create that secondary entrance for the medical office patients. Ultimately, that separation of the two entry points relieves congestion and volume from the stairs and elevators, which are particularly a significant concern during the COVID-19 pandemic.
At the main entrance to each department, we'll explore creating a negative pressure triage space that can be used for screening, temperature checks, and isolation waiting during the next pandemic. We'll explore with you minimizing the size of the waiting room and using the space for clinical areas so that we could bring a patient directly into an exam room or patient prep bay as soon as they enter the building, possibly through self-rooming. This isn't a new concept, but like telemedicine, possibly it takes a pandemic for it to gain traction. Another concept that we've been implementing in ambulatory surgery centers for years is one-way patient flow. This can be created by separate patient prep and recovery bays, entrances into and out of the operating rooms, and a separate discharge vestibule so patients can directly leave from recovery without passing through the waiting room.
Our design process is highly interactive with the senior leadership group and the end users. In addition to formal lean process improvement workshops to create the ideal future state workflow, we utilize proprietary rapid test fit tools in order to explore multiple design concepts in real time and highly detailed virtual environments that allow users to experience the space before it's ever built.
Within the patient care areas, we see a lot of opportunities for improving infectious control, improving the patient experience, and for workflow. Providing hard walls between the patient bays helps reduce air exchange between patients, improve acoustical privacy when patients are speaking with caregivers, and provide a better comfort when changing. Pass-through scope processing washers and drying cabinets can greatly reduce the risk of cross-contamination of scopes. When we designed for this technology at Leahy, the only other U.S. installation was on the West Coast, so we created a virtual environment that allowed them to walk through the space to make sure the flow worked. It's really an amazing tool that is even more important when innovating and designing first-of-their-kind projects.
In addition to creating soft space that can be later converted to future operating rooms and endoscopy procedure rooms, we would also explore with you the risks and benefits of creating endoscopy procedure rooms that can be switched to negative pressure in response to the next pandemic. With the ambulatory surgery center being located on the hospital campus, it's in a perfect location for it to be used for an alternative care site or a surge center that would be used for patients when elective surgeries are decreased. Flexibility is part of the new normal that we're going to be exploring in this project.
I really believe that delivering quality design means delivering design that lasts, but more importantly, it reflects your brand and your unique mission. Whether it's a more traditional style like the Ambulatory Surgery Center in Rocky Hill, Connecticut that was inspired by a ski chalet, or it's more contemporary, whatever it is, it's going to reflect your mission, and that's going to be delivering quality, great service, and instilling trust in your patients.
Our goal is to align the architecture with Haywood's vision and branding for the new ambulatory surgery center. This process begins with looking at pictures of both Haywood's campus as well as the broader community and other similar ambulatory surgery centers. That process is open and inclusive, allowing the entire group to talk about what they like and dislike about each building, which helps us establish an understanding of your vision and implementing that into bricks and mortar and delivering a project that aligns with it.
We can't wait to hear about your aspirational goals for the project and begin a dialogue that will lead to the creation of the optimal environment of care for your clinicians and the patients they care for.